Everybody, this is Grace, and I am sitting outside Walmart. Adam went in to get a few things, and we had made a decision today that I was no longer going to try to order anything to be picked up at any place, and especially not delivered. We decided the delivery before today. Ooh, look at this. I gotta show this truck over here. Isn't that neat? That guy's checking it out too. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I think no, that's not quite as young as what my dad had, but he had a little red truck when I was young. Anyway, we made the decision to stop doing any of those and being at the mercy of these people. I'm serious. I know that sounds dramatic, but it had been, since maybe March of last year, March of 2020, and this is April of 2021. We had been mainly getting our groceries through either, picking them up or, delivery, like I said, in other videos. And it was always so little of what we'd order, that we'd actually receive. And then they would say, like, various places now, various services now. And some would say, well, we can't substitute. Bull. What I think that they do, I don't think it takes a genius to figure it out, but I am one. I like saying that. But I think that they would ring up one that wouldn't be a substitution, and then they'd multiply the rest by that, or just, keep bringing that one up and then push all of them through. Because often what it would be something like, I want diet caffeine-free Dr. Pepper. They would have some that were diet caffeine-free, the rest were diet, but with caffeine. Okay, and sometimes when I'd say I want diet, they'd put sugar, get the ones with sugar. How you think they did that? On and on. I mean, I kept saying 70 to 75%, but I had forgot about tips to subtract that out. But anyway, Adam was saying it was probably more like 60 to 65, and I know the last time we picked up, it was 60% of the amount that we received, the dollar amount. I mean, I cannot imagine any store would want for a customer to order and only have to pay 60% because they couldn't find the stuff. And their excuses, of course, are the vendor. They can't blame it on the customer. They blame it on the vendor. And the customer just doesn't seem to understand how it works. What I understand how it works is when I come in to pick up my groceries, what I ordered needs to be in there. And they said, well, they do it at 4 o'clock in the morning, and maybe we didn't have it at 4 o'clock in the morning. I said, so you can go and check it right before I get there. They tried, and they said, well, it's the vendor's fault. The vendor, BS, Anyway, so then today I thought, I told Adam, I said, I really need to, order some regular groceries. And I checked, it was on the 6th. The last time I did our groceries. He went to Costco the other day, last week. But today is the 22nd. Okay, so it's been that long since, I've actually gotten regular weekly grocery kind of thing. So I told him, I said, he said, go ahead and just get them to do, the part that they're going to do that we pick up, and then he'll go in and get the other stuff. And I was so like, I really don't want to even deal with these people. And this was earlier today. I said, because every time I had to order groceries, it was so much like anxiety. There was so much, bring about a sense of anxiety, because really knowing that I'm not going to get but a small percentage, a percentage, 60, as it turned out, 60 to 65% of what I ordered. And knowing that's just wrong. Okay, it's lazy people not knowing how to even run something like that. Apparently, because they could hire enough people. They would have several people working there. They could hire somebody to say, okay, you didn't fill this morning. Go out there now and see if it's on the shelf for the customer. Think about the customer. Think about how much money we're losing because you're not doing that. And how you're losing customers because you're not doing that. So anyway, So I went ahead and made, Adam was saying, yeah, and we go pick it up and all this kind of stuff. And I ordered them, and then it was so frustrating. The app wasn't working right and all this stuff, and it was just really getting on my nerves. And it was not working right. And finally I said, I'm gonna just cancel this order. I don't want to deal with them. I really don't want to deal with that. And knowing that they're not going to fill my whole order. And so I was going to, and then, I thought about it. I said, okay, I'm just going to order from a different location. Again, this would be the third one. Different location. And the app started messing up. I'm serious. And eventually, I think just pure stubbornness, I went ahead and it just kept messing up. And then it said, suddenly I saw pop up that some of the things that I ordered were not available. And I clicked on the button. I was like, okay, it's going to continue to mess up like this. I kept continuing again. Did it twice, I think maybe 3 times. And what it was it trying to tell me that everything I ordered, they were out of? Yeah. I told Adam, I said, I keep pushing this little thing where it says to click, to learn more. And what pops up is like pretty much looked like everything I'd ordered. Or it must have been a really high percentage of it. I went, whoa. And so I thought, cancel. And I told Adam, and he had the same kind of thought I did, that maybe they just banned me. Because I called their corporate office the last 2 times and said, look, this is what's happening. And they want you to work for them. We're gonna give you a number. You call. You set up an appointment to have somebody call you, and we'll call you at whatever time we set up for an appointment. No, you won't. I don't work for you. I'm not going to sit around waiting for someone to call me about this. And that's how they get by with it. I do believe. They're going to make you wait around. They'll give you a day. I think it was a day that they would call. And I told them both times I had called, I said, they would say, well, they start to say something like, well, you really need to talk to, I said, no, I'm talking to you now, and I do not work for you. You've written it down. You deal with it. I'm laughing, but seriously, the gall, the nerve of wanting customers. Oh, well, you need to call this number. No, I called the number, and I made sure I got to the right department. And I said, no. I've told you, do your job. Like I told the woman, said, well, you need to do, no. When they tell you, the customer, that you need to go and do something that no, they need to do it, their customer service. I'm old school, and I'm going to continue to look at the thing. It's not me working for your company, me doing all the work for you, me having to come in and, buy stuff on my own, which Adam's winding up probably wanting to do he would have if we kept having to, do it like that, because they don't want to do their job. Like people say already, that most of the places, have, it was turning this way before 2020, and I stopped going into grocery stores. It's all self-checkout. They have us dummies working for the, their corporation. They're not having to pay people. They're hoarding the money. Seriously. He was on it. Now, Adam does not buy groceries. 40 years I've known him. Almost 40 years, yeah. And he's just not a grocery person. So, and he's not a brand person. He just thinks, okay, that's all it needs. And like I like Hunt's tomato sauce, and he just see tomato sauce and get it. I like those without any sodium added. And he'd just pick up anything. He's not like that. We're different in that, and it would make it taste very different too. Okay. So, but he was saying, I got this and I got that and I got a couple more extra stuff. He was happy with himself. I got some more extra stuff too. But we decided, like I said, after that, they didn't have anything that I ordered, hardly anything. It was either hardly any, or it was none, or it was just that they kept glitching and having issues. So forget it. I don't like to be at the mercy of somebody else. And I hate to use these terms because like I said, it sounds so dramatic, and there's things that are much, much more oppressive than that, but the feeling was kind of that way. Anyway, that was the kind of the feeling. But like I said, there are things that are much more serious than that. I know it, but still, when you're at other people's mercy, and even something as small as that in comparison to others, there still can be that feeling. So, and I'm well aware I'm a social and behavioral scientist. So, anyway, so we made this decision that once he gets off of work, he works from home. That when we would just go to the store or whatever and buy a few little things, because we had been eating out, and it's just not good for the diet. Going in drive-through and too much. And we go through phases. We always did before, and we're going to go through phases on it. And I said I would rather cook some for a while, But still, there are things that I've been a homemaker for so many years, on and off. And, it's like I know where the stuff is located in stores generally. And some things he's going to have to narrow down. It's difficult to find unless you really know that's where they would be. And I wish him luck on that. Not this time, but like I said, we every couple of days or whatever, or we decide we're going to have some kind of meal, cook it. We'll go buy the extra ingredients if we don't already have them. Just something for us to get out of the house. Like every other day or so. And I'm losing my voice. Can you tell, by the way? I'm always losing my voice during, especially spring, but year round. Yeah. Anyway, this is not my favorite store. None of them really are. Now, I'll be glad when they're finally going to get an H-E-B in this suburb and another one. Finally. I mean, this is Texas. We're supposed to have H-E-Bs. We never had one up here. So, then there'll at least be, but it's not until next year it will be built. But we need a much more variety. Yeah, we really do. And anyway. Okay, this time Adam called me, telling me what he got. And he found a soda. It's Big Red Zero. I have not been able to get that, and it's my favorite. And I have not been able to get it since, I think, sometime last year. And I don't care what store it was, they wouldn't have it to where they, like it's, when you're on the app and you're doing your groceries, they wouldn't have it to where they said that it's not available. Okay? And of course, depending on the store, it would be on sale. And then go there, wouldn't have it. Some of them, a couple of times they replaced them with the regular too. So that's annoying. But another one, the one that I also wanted was Diet Caffeine Free Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepper Caffeine Free. And he said they didn't have any of them. I'm like, that's great. So, that's another one that's difficult to get. I mean, seriously. After all this time, really, you'd think that places would have it more together. But I don't want to get too much into that. I think I have. I've vented for a whole year. I really have. And at first I was like, okay, I can understand. At first I could understand. And then, but it just kept going on. And then I would actually call them, like if I was going to pick it up, I'd call them and I'd say, you don't have any of the, I'd say, what did you not have? Or they would send the things. Eventually they started sending things saying they didn't have. So you don't have any of those at all. And they would say, let me go double check. That double check word term. So then they come back, well, yeah, we did have them. And then they would substitute some of them, like I said earlier in this video. It's like, really? They find one and then substitute the rest. Okay, anyway, I'm sitting out here and just as I did yesterday, went to the store and watching the people who come out of the store. This is Texas, and right at the moment it's no longer mandatory to wear a mask. And I'm looking to see, I'm a social and behavioral scientist. I'm looking to see, and sure enough, it's always the same types. It's the and I'm gonna call it like I see it: the dumb bubbas and bubbettes, okay, that are not wearing their mask. And I had told a story on a video and said said that the woman was wearing a mask, but I could tell she was smirking. No, she was not wearing one. And Adam told me that she was the only person in the whole store that wasn't wearing one. Okay, and yeah, and her whole opinion was pretty much dumb bubba. I mean, dumb bubette. And just for the record, I grew up with people like that. In fact, I could even describe some of my own family members. Anyway, when they said that I was the black sheep, that I must have been adopted, I thanked them. Okay, anyway, just for the record, yeah, sure, there will be some exceptions to the rule. I just saw one. It wasn't a dumb bubette. Didn't look like it. But anyway. But that is, okay, I'm being kind of funny with that, but I have seen is certain people from my own ethnic group, around my own age, not always either, but they're not, they're not going to wear their, they're not that concerned about themselves or the other people's lives. So, and that is how I see it. People who do that, they're not concerned about their own lives and the lives of others. Still, we're not out of it, We're not out of this whole thing. So for people to be that, they really must like having other people's mucus in their own, total strangers in their, yeah, anyway. Okay. Really, overall, I think that we humans have been dumb. I mean, really, think about just how you get the flu. And the flu kills, remember. Just think of how we get it. Yeah, dumb bobettes. Anyway, I'm going to put a thing on this, but visual effect, but really, I mean, it's gross. And this little thing that covers your mouth is such a burden. Oh my goodness, so many people. There's such histrionic, such drama queens and kings. It's such a burden to have to put on one. Is it really a burden to put socks on? Shoes, pants, underwear? But this little thing to put over your face is such a burden. So that you don't have somebody else's mucus in your membrane. I'm serious. The logic, oh my goodness, that is not logic. Okay, and I know the other things that people say. What's more important is the right to life. Okay, got it? Okay, anyway. Yeah, I get a little upset about stuff like that, but I'm going to tell you, most people I've seen sitting out here for however long it's been now, they're wearing their face coverings. Yeah, but as I said, certain ones, and they fit a script. They fit a they fit a profile. My ethnic group, shame, really. But well, eventually I'm going to see Adam come out of here. It's been like almost, I'd say, since I've been here, probably 40 minutes. I've been sitting here. I have clicked on and off, so the video's not going to be 40 minutes. But really, he had called me again saying, I'm on the checkout. And I said, is it busy in there? He said, no, not really. And I see a lot of people coming in, going in and coming out. That's a long time. Anyway, sitting here, I'm serious. What the heck? This man, he came out. He was an older man. He was having a little bit of a difficulty walking. He was probably maybe 70. Okay, and he come all the way through here next to my car, looking at my SUV, and then right when he got past my window, he went, then went around it to the back, looked at my license plate, and went on somewhere, I guess to his own. Yeah, to his own behind me. But just to come around and get right there. People these days, you never know. Anyway, well, I'm still waiting for Adam. So,